Hi everyone, I'm Rigel Gemini, and today I wanted to do a video. I'm home on a Saturday. You can see I've got a subtle glam on. I just did a Reels video for Instagram. And so while I was in this look, it got me thinking about like being authentically yourself and embracing yourself. And so I want to make a video about that. As even though being authentically yourself should be something that by definition is like natural for everyone, for those of us who are different and have to find our own path in life, it's not always obvious what to do. So here's some things that I've learned in my life about being authentically yourself and what it means. So the first one is do what feels natural. I think that inside of us, we all have different interests and we gravitate towards certain things, and we're either encouraged or discouraged to go down that path from a young age. So for me, luckily, I was in a household full of love and I was encouraged to explore my identity and figure out who I am and embrace who I am from a young age. So I feel like I had a head start. But either way, finding your way is a lifelong journey. But, basically embracing the things that you're drawn to and that you gravitate towards without judging yourself or questioning yourself in terms of hobbies or in terms of your interests and maybe visually what you find interesting, or obviously the people that you're attracted to, and just kind of embracing that and taking the time to notice what you're interested in and what draws your attention, and just trying to pursue that, whether it's as a hobby or professionally. And if it's with your identity, just kind of embracing that and not hesitating because of what others might think or because of things that you've learned. So that's the first one. And the second one is find supportive friends and companions. So, we're raised in a certain community. Through our lives, we get pushed into certain communities that are kind of already pre-built, whether it's a school or a group that we're connected to through the place we live, or religious communities. So in our lives, it's important to branch out and to connect with people that kind of feed different parts of our personalities that we're exploring and discovering. So whatever that is for you, I found that building my community and connecting with people who support me and builds my self-confidence and embrace who I am, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the creative and the professional, like all of those different things, and really finding people who vibe with that and who resonate it. The third area of authenticity is demanding respect from those around you. So sometimes if you're different than other people, or if you look different or you act different or you have different interests, people will respect you differently. So if you're conventional, if you fit the mold, if you're who people expect you to be, sometimes you get automatic respect in those situations. But if you're different, if you're like me, more femme or more creative or gay, or for those of you who are trans or people of color, sometimes it takes extra effort to really assert yourself to get respect. And I think to be authentic and comfortable in life, you have to push for that respect. Easier said than done, especially depending what types of challenges that you're facing or the types of social structures that are working against you. But if you can find space where you can command that respect, even if it's not 100% of the time, even if it's in moments that matter, or finding a workplace where you can find that, that's really important to just kind of feeding your self-confidence. Don't listen to voices of doubt. From a young age, I had kind of critical voices, or I could sense that people around me were disapproving of the way that I was, or the way that I naturally expressed myself in terms of, as a little kid, I would dress up in little girls' clothes, and I liked to have fairy wings and stomp around in high heels, things like that. Things I think a lot of young gay men or gender nonconforming people do naturally as kids. And there was always that little voice of doubt that was kind of, saying, you're not like everyone. Why are you doing this? It's making people uncomfortable because you're being different. And you just have to push those voices away and know that you are who you are for a reason and you're built that way. So don't listen to those voices of doubt and just listen to your own voice and feel comfortable that who you are and the way that you express yourself is the way that you're meant to be. Find creative ways to express who you are. This is an important one and one that I've been expanding into in my own in my 30s. So I think a lot of my creative pursuits when I was younger, like musical theater, and then in my 20s, I wasn't doing too much creatively other than kind of working on social media and doing some photography and stuff. But I really started to dive into music. And for me, that's been a really exciting way to explore some of the bounds of my identity. I think that's part of the beauty of art is you're like pushing your own perspective to the limit of who you are. And that kind of starts to define who you are. So with my music, I've explored different looks, different sounds, different visual styles. I've done things that I've never done before. And that's been really liberating. So if you haven't done that yet, whether it's visual art or theater or music or photography or drag, using some creative mechanism where you're outside yourself and producing something in the world, it helps you find the bounds of who you are as a person. And it can just be really reassuring and reaffirming, that you know who you are, and it allows you to show others who you are. So those are my 5 tips. I hope that they're helpful to other people. And, mainly in life, I think it's all about being positive and doing what's right and respecting others and respecting yourself. And as long as you're following those values, be yourself and embrace and love who you are. And if you don't have the right people around you, find those people, whether it's in real life or online through communities. But thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe to my channel and watch my music videos. And thanks, and hope you're having a wonderful weekend.